Hey there guys, so today's tutorial is on the 4-beat thread the needle and all the fun that can come out of that. 4-beat thread the needle, of course, is a derivative of the 2-beat thread the needle. If you don't already have that down, it's a very, very easy move to learn. In fact, I would say that this is probably the easiest poi move to learn. Here's how you go about it. You basically start off with your arms in poi, making big circles together in opposites. And you're going to notice as you're doing this that one of your hands is going to be passing closer to your face than the other one. What you're going to do is you're just going to straight up switch which hand is coming closer to your face each time. You're going to essentially create lanes that each of them are going to move between, right? You're going to gradually make smaller and smaller circles with your hands until they're reduced down to almost pinpoints. And when you've done that, what you're going to discover is that whichever hand is closer to your face is now the hand that is on top, and you're switching which hand is on top as you go through it, right? From the front, it looks like this. Now to get to a 4-beat thread the needle, it takes an additional step. And unfortunately, there's no quick and dirty way to make that happen. It's just kind of practice and getting it down. Each half of the thread the needle features a moment in which a different hand is on top, right? Now, in order to get to the 4-beat, you're going to have to be able to add an extra beat with your arms crossed. And here's the trick. It's going to be tempting to just cross over your arms like this. A lot of us do this when we're first learning butterfly anyway, and call it a day, right? Unfortunately, that's not quite the moment we're looking for. Just as with the 2-beat thread the needle, you're going to have to shift which hand is on top once again. So, with your arms crossed, your right arm is going to have to reach underneath your left arm for just one moment. Ooh, dear God, how does that happen? The way I kind of envision this is, imagine you're like trying to reach inside a cupboard and there's a cup just out of reach behind the door. The way you kind of reach around the edge of that door in order to get to that cup. That's the kind of feel that you're looking for, and that should help you get the timing too. Of course, you're going to have to learn on the other side too. And generally, one side is going to be easier than the other one. Usually it's the one where your dominant hand is on top. Once you've got that down, the pattern is going to be that you're going to do that reach around, and after you do the reach around, the other hand is going to immediately come all the way around to do its own reach around. You're switching between those reach arounds, and in the meantime, you're getting in an extra beat with whichever hand is going to be reached around, to completely belabor the use of that verb, yeah? So this is a handy challenge in and of itself, but it's not the only application for a 4-beat thread the needle. The way we've discussed so far of getting the 4-beat thread the needle is to reach around your hand, but what if instead you reached around your body, like such? This is a much more interesting way, I think at least, to do a 4-beat thread the needle. And that is, whenever you have a hand that's coming around on top, you actually reach it all the way over your shoulder, like such. So you're switching between which hand is reaching behind your shoulder. You also have the option of reaching underneath your shoulder, with whichever hand happens to be on bottom at any given time, right? And what that'll feel like is the moment you have a hand reach around on top, the other hand is going to slide back and reach behind your shoulders. Yeah? You can practice this just yourself, one hand at a time, by kind of going back and forth between reaching behind your shoulder, getting in a couple beats, reach behind your shoulder, get in a couple beats, do it with both hands. Which of course means that you get in a little bit of a turn as you're doing this. Now here's why it's so cool to get this down. Because eventually you can get it to a point where you can kind of reach between these different positions, right? Say I can start off going above the right shoulder, under the right shoulder, above the left shoulder, under the left shoulder. Sorry, let's try that again. Above the right, below the right, above the left, below the left, so on and so forth. And it's going to be the same hand that does it every time. Your left hand is going to reach over. When it becomes the underhand, it goes under the shoulder. Your right hand reaches over, goes above the shoulder. When it's under, goes underneath the shoulder, yeah? So that just becomes a cool kind of dynamic in and of itself, which I personally think looks even a little bit cooler than getting this done, but that's just me. Anywho, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back with another tutorial next Friday. Have a great week. Peace.